Ugh. So, good morning, folks. Just booted up. Talking me, my phone was already on. Damn thing never sleeps. Reboots occasionally, but you know, I choose it to. So, just getting my stuff going. Try and send out low-level recruits to level up. So, even if they're novices, I mean, I'm preferring to send out the blues, but also I'm always going to be sending out recruits to level because like they level up eventually, and then you don't have to spend things leveling them up. And even if they're a novice, you can just like she probably won't last forever. You can just strip them, dismiss them and get their XP back. So at some point, I'm probably going to try like hiring recruits, like hire several recruits, level one to map like as high as I can, expert to get as many expertise as I can. Dismiss them, level the next one with the same XP, and just use that to like cycle them around and strip a few of their what's its expertise. Yes, send out one good one, and we'll save her for another group. You'll want different configs if you're you know actually out in dangerous space. Oh, he's got a new ship available. You can go with the next squad then, buddy. She's well, sure. Oh, he doesn't need his new ship, does he? Got plenty of mining space. It's fine. Stay in that ship. She's level 10, so she's going to take a while to get to the next one. And I'm going to work on one of my new blues instead of that level 6 for now. She'll get to level 5 and get a new one before he does. I am, however, that's for me, that. I'm working towards tier 2 stuff. Always nice when new decryptions lasted all night, so I try and save some long-term ones for overnight. Not really sure, if I want to go for a T3 ship, then I don't know, maybe it'd be good doing it from blueprints, but at the moment, like developing a T2 blueprint costs more than it does to buy a T2 ship from the trading post. Which is kind of screwy economy-wise. Since I'm in no rush for ship blueprints, that one can come out of the queue and be safe for tonight. Stick with these infant. Oh, actually, what am I doing? We're moving on to 3 hours. Do a blue. I'm probably going to cancel the decryption on that one when I go do a wormhole in a bit. Okay. Oh. Managed to get some stuff produced for sale again. Got a couple of things which yeah. It doesn't look like my expensive stuff is sold yet, which is does tend to take longer. But, you know, like, just because there's other things on the market in the same sort of price range, and a couple of them that didn't have any other options, they're recruit micro trips for some relatively decent tier 2 research bonuses. That, well, you can't sell them for cheap. This game only lets you go plus or minus 50% of its recommended price. So if anyone buys it, it's going to be for a fair chunk of money. But it might not sell at all. I don't know. Right. So we want to do more exploration and mining. And I am not sure if you can actually fill up on cargo in these quests. Now, I should have a... Yes. Yeah, I've started fitting my sprinkle, but I haven't actually got the pilot license for it yet, so fun times. I should go do that, actually. Let's go do that. Let's go do our frigate license before we go off on an exploration session combined with pirate killing. Now this is awkward. Minerals, like, research is a really heavy requirement. If you're doing production as well, I mean, production doesn't take very many minerals, but let's see, how am I doing? Oh, okay, I'm up to RS Battleship, and that's just T1, so that will be no problem to train. Got plenty for that. Yeah, got plenty of that. It's only going to add 10 minutes to the queue. And what was our queue at? 7 hours 22. Okay, and 8:45. So let's just say 7 hours from 9, which gives us 4 p.m. So we need to try and get enough minerals to fill one more hour, and then we will get to the rollover point and get more corp credits. So we've got a while to do that though, so I'm not going to prioritize that straight away this morning. Another minute. Oh, yeah. Okay, something else sold. Cool. Ah, a little bit more cash coming for that one, because I did my I donated to the corp, so I am, and I invested heavily in new gear. Yeah. I already had those dual M tacticals. However, I got that small dual tactical for my frigate, and I actually I still need to do the research for them, but I have 3 large dual tacticals for my divine. I'm liking the tactical blasters. A bit more damage in the combat and longer range. What's there to complain about? Well, the only thing to complain about with tactical blasters is what makes them tactical. You get a damage drop off at long distance, which is actually quite long distance. It's basically like when they're really, really close to their max range. Ooh. Oh, that is a lovely little unexpected bonus. 500,000 Gala. I am not doing... I think I've gotten a fair bit of this. This is like season pass type stuff, this ace badge reward. I didn't get in right at the beginning, I don't think. So I'm going to see how high a level I get. I think this is the last 6 days of this season, so it's definitely not worth getting an ace badge. And I've just bought some recruits and stuff the other day anyway. Need to get like a £10 gift pack to get enough money to get enough iridium for an ace badge. So I'm going to see how far I get this time, but I don't think I got the full run in, so I don't know how much I would level, but you get 1.5 times more XP as well. So it's like, if whatever time I got in now got me enough that if I get 2/3 of the way to the 50, it could be worth it, because you get a couple of nice ships from your ace badge. I did send that guy out as well, didn't I? So there's no point in going here because I'm not going to be able to upgrade his. Oh no, you can get him. I just don't like. Even if he's staying anyway for a while. He's a blue, so it's worth doing it for him. We can unlock his ship, but we can't board now because he's out. This is going to go. Nope. Yeah. See? Any hoodles. I like doing that to my miners actually. I send them out on a mission and then I upgrade their ship, and when they get back I'm like, look, we got you a new ship while you were gone. Thanks for all the hard work. Some of them are having affairs and stuff though, it's ridiculous. There was a crew of dykes going out for a while, which wasn't a problem, you know, I don't have an issue with it, but they didn't want any men along, and they were actually getting really catty with each other, so we had to split them up, and one of them started going with two guys, and then the other two stuck together, but it was the three women at once that was the problem. It's just like, multi-partner relationships are awkward, and you don't want to have to deal with that sort of stuff, and you just want to go out and do your encounter missions. Obviously, that's not real, but... Oh, I haven't... Oh, I have! I was worried that I hadn't actually researched T2 frigate. Because that was what happened last time I tried to do, I think it was T2 cruiser or something. Okay, the enemy ships are powerful and sure, so I will destroy them one by one. Well, that's... Oh. Yeah, so we want to take out the recovery supports first. And it's recommending that I have a small shield recharger, which I do. And I have EM res disruptor, and good guns, and energy recovery, and we should be good to go. I'm really liking the frost. Very tanky little frigate.
Arrived at target location.
Once it gets its, I think I might have left a couple of component slots empty, actually. We'll see how it goes.
Auto combat activated. Target locked on.
Alright, so we want to take out the recovery support first. Energy drains as well.
Target locked on.
Probably want to take out the combat ship now. I don't want to fire the weapon on this because your tactical component. Ugh. How is he getting his shields back? They all recharge each other? Okay, fine. Oh no, now it's actually damaging me. Fine, okay. No, this is dangerous. I might, yeah, I'll use the super. Gives you a big shield boost, although you do lose your resistances from it, so... Speed boost and a chunk of shields. It's a nice little rotation. If you use your thrusters as well, then you actually end up getting quite difficult to hit. Too tough. A little bit challenging.
Auto primary web starting
but
warp engine.
Kind of going to have to actually...
Commencing warp.
Once you've done the tier 1... tier 2 rank 1, which you need to do in your tier 1 ship, then you kind of need to fit out a tier 2 ship before you can do the other ones, I believe. So I'm working on my research to get all my weapons and equipment that I want to use into tier 2. Right. Do the level 21 one first. And we may not be able, we may not get scans off successfully. Because we did do a couple yesterday, so we might end up in a system that we've already... And... And then we may discover... Well, let me check. Did I run with an unequipped ship? No, I had gear. It's fine. Was that a thermal resist? I mean, kinetic resist. Hang on, just... It may have actually been a specific config. Oh no, it was thermal, so that's best for ECD. So everything was wonderfully configured anyway. You don't particularly need combat for exploration missions, which is why I've got like extra cargo, but you know, I may not actually need that extra cargo space.
Arrived at target location.
So,
starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
you go to your encounter, but you don't do it immediately. The point here is to not have to hunt through menus quite as often.
At target
You still
location.
have to hunt through menus if you're doing it like this, though, so I don't get what the difference is, but... You have to make choices about where you're going, I guess. No new signal found. Okay, so we have done this system already.
Approaching target.
That boost to recovery... Look at that recovery device charge. Isn't speed brilliant?
Primary weapon ready.
Recovery device charge? Super device charge.
Target engaged.
E is not first.
Target engaged.
A is not first. Is that
Target
Delta
engaged.
or something? Ugh, I have no idea what that is.
Target
I don't think it's
engaged.
Lambda. Ugh. Try them all again. Hope we get them in the right
Target
order.
engaged. Target engaged. Target engaged. Target
And this
engaged.
isn't one you can memorize, it's just random. Oh, I got like
Target
last one
engaged.
every time. This go around anyway.
Target engaged. Target engaged. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Yeah, so this is the system I didn't do right then. Because I did one, scanned, and then had to pick another exploration from the list, so it didn't take me to the other explorations in the same
Approaching target.
zone. Of course, I just
Approaching target.
could have solved that by specifically looking for ones with 0 jumps away, but for some reason I didn't. It was late. I'll blame that.
Target engaged.
This time I'm not going to check my cargo hold. Well, I am going to
Target
check it.
engaged.
But I'm not going to go home when it's full because it overfilled last time. I don't know if that's just like on the time that you overfill, it's okay
Target
to get a couple
engaged.
of extra,
Primary
squeeze
weapon
a bit
ready.
in, but I'm just going to go until or unless it gives me a message that I can't.
Target engaged.
scrabble for every last mineral as well. Why does that spatial rift keep reappearing?
Target engaged.
Eternal spatial rift. It doesn't normally last this many long, I don't think.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
I didn't count though, so...
Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. Target engaged.
Boom!
Target engaged. Target primary weapon ready. Starting warp engine.
No, since changing the
Commencing
graphics settings,
warp.
as much as other stuff seems more stable, it doesn't...
Arrived
The rendering
at
doesn't seem
target
to be as
location.
smooth. The ships are like juddering as they turn.
Approaching target.
Well, that time was pretty smooth.
Target engaged. Approaching target. Primary weapon ready. Target engaged. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged.
Ooh, just remembered. Doodly 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 doo. They even sent an in-game mail about this one. People should be on the Discord, but we need to find out who isn't paying attention to it, I think. And I do believe this one is actually one of ours, but I'm not 100%. Oh no, it's not. That's fine then. We like helping friends. Oh, bags of time. Pretty well done with that relocation first. Right. And we're not in a new system yet, are we? So,
Starting warp engine.
another mail? So,
Commencing warp.
oh, of course. Ah, now we are going into a new system. I don't know whether I've done it or not, and it's not particularly high level, but
Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Right, and we don't want to do this straight away unless we don't get any scans. Cool, we got scans. They won't be a high level or in a green system. They're always low prosperity. Yeah, they're like probably not really worth it, but
Starting warp engine.
that should like turn.
Commencing warp.
It wasn't doing that when I had higher graphic settings on, which is weird for me.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Auto combat starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
I've never noticed getting anything from killing the pirate guards, so I know I've said that before, but you probably haven't watched this before. You're probably not watching this now. I don't see why you would. I mostly do it for
Arrived at target location.
video record.
Commencing!
In which case, why do I put a camera on and talk? Oh well. I also do it for an excuse to talk to myself, so I guess that'll be why.
Auto combat activated.
Looks like I had my wingman targeted there. Oh, putting some great work on that one. Let me do some damage to it, buddy.
Target locked. Primary weapon ready.
I'm not so
Auto
skimpy
combat
that I'm
starting warp engine.
not going to worry about the extra ammo that I'm shooting at pirates I'm not going to kill. At least give them a scare.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Auto combat activated.
Wingman slacking off. Oh yeah, just debuff its aiming.
Primary weapon ready. Target locked on.
Right, and that was the last rat base. So we want to find a zero jump exploration.
Auto combat
Another
deactive.
one
Starting
because
warp
they were there
engine.
to start with, and we'll go.
Commencing warp.
Could probably run. I could probably do this with a damage amp instead of a shield boost. It takes so little damage from
Arrived
the
at
pirates.
target
So
location.
standard shield would probably be enough.
Approaching target.
I don't like this move, pause, move, pause, move, pause effect that I'm seeing.
Primary weapon ready.
Try not.
Target engaged. Target engaged. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged.
Let's see. Quick little peek in settings. Display. Default. Cranks a bunch of stuff back up to medium.
Primary weapon ready.
The VFX and graphics have gone back to medium below. Anti-aliasing is turned on, and let's see what difference we get.
Starting warp engine.
Well, that's smooth again.
Commencing warp.
I'm gonna run a little more.
Arrived at target location.
Before I'm sure.
Approaching target.
That'd be very odd. Yep, yeah, so far, that's a nice smooth turn, that.
Approaching target.
Why on earth do you get better graphics performance? I mean, you know, better like frame rate, and you set it on low and it's like, oh, your computer can't handle it. Look, watch it all stuttery. It's like set it on high and it's like, yeah, lovely smooth. What? Well, okay, medium.
Target engaged.
But it did make a huge difference to,
Target
I always
engaged.
forget the
Primary
name of the
weapon
streaming
ready.
app. Whatever it is. Omlet. Made a huge difference to Omlet crashing.
Target engaged.
But it only seemed to matter during wars. It's like in a war, it was just
Starting warp
start
engine.
streaming, crash. Start streaming again,
Commencing
crash.
warp.
Start streaming again, crash. And we're talking the stream
Arrived
didn't
at
even
target
really get
location.
started. You get the 3, 2, 1 countdown, the camera appears, and then it all just disappears. Just straight away. Nothing on YouTube. And there are a couple of, plenty of like 3-minute, 4-minute streams. So I deleted all the really tiny ones. So there weren't very many really tiny ones. Most of them didn't even do anything.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Target engaged. Approaching target.
As long as we're going to stay in range, we can move on to the next one. Before we can click its button.
Primary weapon ready. Approaching target. Approaching target.
Which means we get to keep our
Target
boosts.
engaged.
Do a nice, smooth, quick run through all the asteroids. Not filled up too quickly this time anyway, but did I scan the system? I
Starting
didn't do it
warp
this time,
engine.
but I must have done it yesterday, so
Commencing warp.
that's okay.
Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. 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 Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Looks like I've not got the greatest chance of finding these pirate hideouts. Definitely still need to up my scanners.
Auto
Got this
combat
one now.
activated. Target locked on. Auto combat starting warp
So I'm
engine.
going to have less than a 50% chance of getting these two though. But
Primary weapon
better
ready.
gear if I do
Commencing
get them.
warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Managed it.
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Kind of lucky to get all three, which I'm not. Which I'm fine with. That's 8 jumps, isn't it? 0 jumps. The
Starting
one we
warp
want.
engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged.
Normally reselects it
Target
for you
engaged.
automatically. Oop. Yep, I'm up before my
Target
morning alarm.
engaged.
Since I'm on mental health support, I'm not currently working.
Target engaged.
I have tried applying for jobs, but I've even gotten to interviews, but there's always that question, well, why the long work gap? And it's like, well, I had some troubles with mental health, and they basically locked me up for 3 years.
Starting
And no
warp
one wants to
engine.
hire me. Like, well, I'm not on
Commencing
medication.
warp.
Can't program when I'm on medication. I don't cause any problems. Just mostly just disagree with the
Arrived
doctors.
at target location.
Primarily about having to take meds. They insist that I do, and I'm like, why? And they're like, because we did diagnose you as bipolar. And it's like, but what am I doing wrong? Aside from upsetting my ex-wife, or getting reported by my ex-wife, for wanting to see my kids, what's exactly the problem with her? She says you threatened her. It's not exactly what it was. It was a warning. She's a witch. I'm a Christian.
Commencing warp.
Keep doing it. What I was trying to say is that the Bible says, "Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live." That's God's opinion. Keep doing it, you're gonna die. You threatened to kill her. What? I'm pretty sure that's not how it goes. Really? That's not a death threat. Whatever. Just lock me up.
Starting
Solution,
warp
give him
engine.
drugs. But they don't have any effect, they just make sure that you're safe. Well, they make me
Commencing
incredibly
warp.
stupid. I don't notice very many problems, so I do get less stressed, I'll admit that. It's less stressful, but I find it kind of stressful to not be able to solve problems.
Arrived at target
Nothing I can do
location.
about it. Oh,
Commencing.
hang on, I already know the solution to this one. I thought of the solution to this one when I wasn't on drugs. Meds, whatever. I don't take any drugs. Unless I tell you to. I'm not a fan of psychiatrists, me. Didn't have a problem with them
Auto combat
until
activated.
I actually had to deal with one. As someone who was diagnosed. He did not like being repeatedly outsmarted, so he drugged me, and then I couldn't outsmart him anymore. He just had too many wrong answers about stuff. He was like, no, that's a very fallacious opinion you've got there, doctor.
Target locked on.
Don't be rude, Nicholas. Fallacious is not rude. Might not even be a word, actually. I was a bit facetious with him as well. So. I was a right annoying git, actually, to be honest.
Auto combat deact. Starting
After the
warp
first
engine.
couple of sessions, I just had no respect for him after those. First thing you want to do is go like, stop rambling. Just play your game. Doody-doo.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
I do actually kind of think that I want to
Auto combat activated.
make a website for useful stuff for Second Galaxy. Maybe get some like stats comparison tools and corporation functions and calendars and stuff so you can book events and run it as a web app. So that would, it might be a good
Primary
thing.
weapon ready.
Might inspire me to do some more,
Target
get
locked
back into
on.
working a bit. Because I train myself to use websites and stuff, and it was like fun and enjoyable to do the training and everything. But I didn't really know what to make with it. I haven't actually got a project,
Auto
so
combat starting warp engine.
now that I can make a website, what website do I make?
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Nope. Yes, I noticed. Oh. First one is 0 damage. Awesome.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target.
There's a wee bit of that graphical pause thing
Approaching
while
target.
warping in there, but that's fine. Like just loading all the new models and everything, you kind of expect it. But there's definitely less of it now that I've got the higher graphics settings back on.
Target engaged.
But the progress bars weren't even moving quite smoothly.
Primary weapon ready. Target engaged.
Contraband. Nice.
Starting warp engine.
Pretty sure I saw. Was that?
Commencing warp.
Standard contraband? Yep.
Arrived at target location.
Contraband gets you a decent amount of Pangara, which you can use to buy minerals, which is one of the things that I really want to be able to do. I don't like my research queue emptying.
Arrived at target location.
Let's stop and scan. Oh, that may have been done actually. Yeah. So, done because I already scanned the system, but closest 2 jumps. So I assume is the one it was taking you to.
Destination. Starting warp
Now it's
engine.
going to do that weird thing where it starts the warp engine and warps you away from the gate before going through. Not that it actually goes away, it just starts the warp engine and then you go through the gate. Woohoo! Boing! And
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
I'm not sure if I've scanned this one either, so.
Arrived at target location.
Okay, I have. It's not a long delay.
Starting warp engine.
It's nice. Keeps the same one selected.
Commencing warp. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
I don't think we will have done this system, but we might have. So let's give it a go first. No, we haven't. Cool.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Auto combat arrived at target. Auto combat
Commencing.
I thought you had to do it. I just thought I'd test. Yeah.
Auto combat activated.
Once you've arrived at destination, you can turn it on. And it'll stay on when you actually stop accelerating. But if the computer hasn't said arrived at target destination yet, then it'll turn it off when you arrive. So there's no point turning it on mid-warp.
Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Auto combat starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Auto combat activated.
Now when auto combat moves on to the next target, as long as you actually manually selected it, you just have to click the little target lock in the bottom left and you'll be fine. But it won't reset your view. Being a bit slow.
Primary auto combat deact starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. Target engaged.
Kind of annoying that you can't click through those overlay messages in space.
Target engaged. Primary weapon ready. Target engaged. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Deep green I'm heading for. I'm making a note in my head because I'm about to pause and do scans.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready.
The enemies
Arrived
may
at
scale
target
to your
location.
weapons, but the bases
Commencing.
don't, which is a great reason to do it in a bigger ship, because like, otherwise you're in a destroyer and it takes bloody ages to get rid of that hideout.
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on.
Are you deep land? You are deep green.
Auto combat destiny.
Oh.
Starting warp engine.
Blimey.
Commencing warp.
Never mind. Damn it. That's bizarre. Why did it stop
Arrived
damaging?
at target location.
Let's see if that's still there. Nope. Missed a pirate hideout just through, expecting it to go away. Awkward. Darn. Wait till it blows up, I guess.
Starting warp engine.
Cancel. It's just seems...
Commencing warp.
Oh, yeah. Are you going through? You're not going through. Okay. Go through.
Approaching target.
Because we're gonna scan in the next system anyway, so... It looks like it only does the weird thing with the warp away if you use a warp to, or like a go on a quest.
Starting warp engine.
So if I do the
Commencing
stop
warp.
auto nav before I go through the portal, I should actually save a bit of time because I won't have to warp across the solar system first.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat deactivated. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Auto combat activated. locked on. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat desk starting warp engine. Primary weapon ready. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Auto combat activated. Target locked on. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat D starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Auto combat activated.
Weapon precision minus 32% on something that doesn't have weapons.
Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat deact starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing. Auto combat activated.
Commencing warp.
Actually, nudged my shields a bit, that's impressive.
Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat D starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Nope.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged.
Yeah.
Target engaged.
I'll do it again, isn't it? Nope, didn't. Okay.
Target engaged. Primary weapon ready. Target engaged. Target engaged.
Right.
Starting warp engine.
That looks like
Commencing warp.
the other side's doing.
Arrived at target location.
See if we can remember which ones we've been through already. This is Coruscant, we just did that, so we don't have to stop here. over that it said deep green to deep green. Starting system, current system.
Starting
system.
warp engine.
Doesn't show the next system.
Commencing warp.
Yeah, Mickey, whatever. I think I'm pretty sure we did
Arrived
Mickey.
at target location.
We're going to have plenty more systems to scan anyway, so I'm not going to stop in Mickey.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Yes, we did stand land, so no stopping here. I mean, we definitely did do Mickey, because we did stand land. And Coruscant. We undoubtedly did Mickey in between.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
Right, move normal mug of tea out of the way. That's empty.
Arrived at target location.
Grab secondary thermal mug of tea, because that's the perfect temperature. I'm pretty sure we did chow mein chow. Now, did I get the auto nav off before it went through? I do not know. We did. And no signal location found. Yeah, we already did it. Wasn't 100%, so thought I'd check. A lot along today. Are you heading for these 4 jump away ones? I assume so.
Starting warp engine.
Yeah. Shisho Pow. That's where we were heading before, so
Commencing warp.
didn't screw ourselves over. Looks like the auto nav to next exploration quest just goes to the next closest, which is fine. Gonna have to go to them all at some point anyway, so who cares if it takes you further away from some.
Arrived at target location.
Oh, where are we going? Back to Stanley. Oh no, that was 57 AUs away. Okay, I don't know what system we're going into.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
I definitely recognize that system name. We did it either today or yesterday.
Arrived at target location.
Gen 1, pretty sure I did that. It was high security, which generally means pretty low prosperity anyway. Weird, why do all the civilized people with police forces set up their bases in places with, like, no good resources? Okay, it's not logical
Starting
in real
war,
life.
commencing
It's just
war.
game logic. There's safe areas which are good for newbies.
Arrived at target location.
Way hoo hoo. I think we did way hoo hoo already, but I am not 100%, so
Approaching
we'll
target.
jump through manually so we can scan when we come through. Yeah, we did it. So, oh, wrong one. Forgive my rambling stream of consciousness. It seems appropriate for the fact that I'm
Starting
streaming.
warp engine. Commencing warp.
Oh, funny feeling. I might have done Chi Shield Power as well.
Arrived at target
I'll do it
location.
manually. That's going down the straightaway in case it gets success. Save us the warp time for the exploration. Now let's find out if we did this one yesterday. If we did, we weren't doing our exploration quest right. We didn't. Excellent. I think it's slightly better to do the lower level ones first because, well, I mean, just in like tactical theory, it doesn't really matter because they don't hurt that much. But in tactical theory, the higher level ones you have a higher chance of missing, so if you are slightly damaged when you warp to them, it won't matter. It's not as likely to matter. Whoa, that was a close one.
Auto combat activated.
You do want to click on it, because if you don't click on it, you don't have a target for your super device. And it also means we can just keep tapping our target button in the bottom right whenever it retargets onto another enemy. That will retarget onto your selected enemy.
Primary weapon ready.
Retarget, retarget.
Locked on.
When one comes in, it's going to retarget. Retarget. And it's gone. And we move on.
Auto combat deep starting warp engine.
Even noticeably scratch my shields, guys. Sorry. They suck.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
I need to pay more attention to what I'm looting to make sure that I do actually get contraband occasionally from the pirate hideouts. I think you do, but I'm not 100%. Could be the explorations that we're getting.
Auto combat activated.
I'm pretty sure I started doing pirate things for contraband before I was combining it with explorations, but I'm not 100%.
Primary weapon ready. Target locked
I wish it would change the view back to when you did the target onto it. It changes the view automatically to another one. So then you do the lock on back to the base and it doesn't center your view on it anymore.
Auto combat deep starting warp engine. Primary weapon commencing warp.
I'm kind of hoping I'd be able to get a kill off.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Nothing here.
Starting warp engine.
Good, we put enough in.
Commencing warp.
We will get to test what happens when you're full.
Arrived at target location. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged.
Ooh, lucky.
Target engaged.
Yep.
Target engaged. Primary weapon ready.
I just
Target engaged.
blow the lock away with my super weapon.
Target engaged.
Nope. It's invincible.
Target engaged.
Yeah, only one incorrect guess in there. That's a bit quicker than the others. Not much difference there.
Target engaged.
I don't really get to feel any satisfaction since it's just random. Okay.
Starting warp engine.
Yeah, the explorations don't take much space.
Commencing warp.
It's the scan missions that take space. Where are we heading to?
Arrived at target location.
Kangwon. I've probably done Kangwon, that's right next to my home base. But
Approaching target.
if there wasn't a mission in it, I might have gone straight through it. As long as you cancel before you go through manually pretty quickly, it's not really much of a delay. Whereas if you do it on the other side, then you've got that whole, okay, yeah, didn't do it, awesome.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready.
Wait for the sound. And do it again for the next enemy. I wish you wouldn't, but you do, so. Oh, I didn't do it for the second enemy. Nice. Just gonna do it for the. Oh, there we go. Never mind.
Auto combat deactivated. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
Should be getting pretty close to full.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
We've still got 49 cubic meters.
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on.
So yes, the ones that shoot back are technically a higher priority to kill, but
Auto combat
only for the
starting
sake
warp
of combat.
engine.
You know?
Commencing warp.
Didn't get the recharge off.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Oh, it's a duff space anyway. Must
Starting warp engine.
better scanners.
Commencing warp.
I'm pretty sure I've done something.
Arrived at target location. Approaching target.
But I'm wrong. Probably some point in the past.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
The mission was actually in this one, wasn't it?
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Auto combat activated. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat deep starting warp engine.
Yeah, we'll just do a little mini series that'll be fine for that little scratch on our shield.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Auto combat activated. Primary weapon ready. Target locked on.
This was our last pirate base, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
Auto combat deep starting warp engine.
Baby shield recharge.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target.
Got conch band off this one last time.
Approaching target. Target engaged. Target engaged.
Ooh, more conch band again. Cool.
Destiny
next one.
starting warp engine.
Change your shield.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target.
Good question. How full are we? Okay, we are 6 cubic meters over full. So theoretically, we might end up not being able to get anything.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target. Auto combat.
Commencing!
Primary weapon ready. Target locked on. Target locked on. Auto combat D. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
Auto combat activated. Primary web target locked on. Target locked on.
I haven't noticed getting any contraband from any of the
Auto
pirate
combat D.
stations.
Starting
It's kind of
warp
part of why I
engine.
was doing it. Maybe
Commencing warp.
it's a rare drop off the ads, in which case I'll do another exploration run and find out at some point.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing!
I'm pretty sure doing pirate runs got me contraband the first few times, but I know I've got 2 from exploration. So we'll see how many I've got when I get back to base. I mean, I could check now, but I can't be bothered.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Well, I may well get another one from this.
Approaching target.
Boo.
Approaching target. Target engaged. Target engaged. Primary weapon ready.
Okay, so those definitely get you contraband. Cool. Okay, yes. Next quest.
Destined starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
We don't seem to have had any rejections. We now have 60 cubic meters over our limit. Oh, 59. Or was it 61? Yeah.
Arrived at target location.
Oh no, that was stupid. We have already done taunting.
Destined starting warp engine.
Because we selected it through the menu, it's going to warp us away and then just
Commencing warp.
not. The 5-meter warp.
Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
I'm really fairly certain that I've done that, yeah, but it's always worth another check for me.
Approaching target.
Yeah, we didn't do it anyway, so it's cool.
Starting warp engine.
So I guess next time I can just
Commencing
spec for
warp.
damage and get through the pirate bases quicker. Because I don't have to worry about that expanded cargo space.
Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Okay, and in these last few systems, I'm actually going to kill the pirates. Just to
Auto
find out
combat
just if
activated.
any of them drop anything. What do I got so far? No, I said I couldn't be bothered. But let's go for this. So we've got 4 contraband cases. We've only done, I'm pretty sure we've only done 3 abandoned outposts. So we might have got one from the pirate hideout, but I'm not sure.
Primary weapon ready.
So this time, we're just going to kitty these guys as it wants us to. Pay attention to see if we get any drops.
Target locked on. Approaching
Let's
target.
approach so that we get closer and stay in range. The next enemy should appear. Yep. And we'll wait for it.
Target locked
Our
on.
wingman will probably finish that off now anyway. Okay, so that's the base storage case.
Primary weapon ready.
Blow you away with super weapon.
Target locked on.
No drop. No drop from the first one.
Approaching
charge
target.
him.
Primary weapon ready.
No drop from him. We're not expecting drops from them. I'm pretty sure they don't. But
Auto combat starting warp engine.
we're nearly done, so may as well do a bit more testing, just in case we were wrong earlier.
Commencing warp.
Because when I was first doing it, I was killing them.
location.
Commencing.
See, I could have got contraband from an exploration without noticing.
Auto combat activated. Approaching target. Orbiting target.
What a dumbass orbiter.
Orbiting target.
Oh man,
Primary
that
weapon ready.
really slowed stuff down. Could have just gone into orbit. Okay, so captain kill, nothing.
Primary weapon ready.
Guard kill, nothing. Guard kill, nothing. So that's 6 dead pirates
Primary
with no
weapon
drops.
ready. Auto combat deact. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Commencing.
Auto combat activated.
Jeez, William, be careful. Oh, it wouldn't actually hit my ship. Like, that's not part of the game. Just like collision isn't. So,
Primary weapon ready. Target locked on.
captain, nothing.
Primary weapon ready.
Yeah. So far, absolutely nothing. Of any of the pirate kills that we've done.
Auto combat deep. Starting warp engine.
I'm pretty sure I've been doing the right thing previously by just killing the hideout.
Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Approaching target.
And we are now carrying nearly 100 cubic meters more than we're capable of carrying.
Approaching target. Target engaged. Target engaged. Primary weapon ready. Target engaged. Target engaged. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp.
I've done the testing.
Arrived at
Got to
target
use
location.
the blue, and I've got to go to the store, so I'm gonna just get this last exploration done without doing pirates.
Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. Approaching target. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. Approaching target. Approaching target. Target engaged. Starting warp engine.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna use the loo while that heads home.
Commencing warp.
See you soon, folks.
Arrived at target location. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting commencing warp.
It's good being a man. When it comes to quick toilet trips, anyway.
Arrived at target location. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location. Starting warp engine. Commencing warp. Arrived at target location.
Right.
Entered space station.
Doop-de-doo, doop-de-doo-de-doo. And we're did we get? I'm not sure if there's a conversion rate on these crystals, or if they're just... If that's just 500... That's probably just 551. I've got some memory plant. Memory transplants, level 1s. Encrypted cases, Frankie. Full contraband. Lots of pirate cases. Oh, a tier 2 pilot energy recharge. I've already got that, so that's just fodder for the development line. Anywho's, let's unpack before we head. Ooh, something's completing in 56 seconds. Research. Didn't catch what it is, but it'll pop up on screen in a minute. Oh, that's right. The pirate cases are always recruit training, which is good. Yeah, implant canisters do bonus, but those are probably from the explorations. Decent chunk of contraband. Okay, more sales. None of the big stuff though. Not any super quicks or anything. Don't really need to be doing that large now though, do we? Not during the day. Try and save the larges, extra larges, and ships for overnight. And that was not so. It was. I had the time wrong on that research thing anyway. Yeah, I don't think we're getting anywhere particularly special, or we don't care what we're making. Oh, hang on, except for the fact that I'm trying to figure out what each one has the options of making. But if we're just cracking them up to higher level T1s, then we're a bit meh about it. Who cares what it is at the moment. Apart from, right, recharge and projection, recharge. Okay, so the split ones give more bonus overall, but less in the individual area. And we can now make a T2. Not 100%. We've already got like most T2s. I think we're all T2 now actually, but let's have a look-see at what sort of an example of what we get from an energy conservation. So, yeah, that's interesting. You see, there we get the shield. We get some activation cost on railguns and missiles, so it's useless to us, except as fodder for making higher rank T2s. But the OEMs have the combination bonuses. And I do kind of want to get a decent bit of shield recharge bonus stack on for wormholing. And we're such a short time on this. I'm just gonna I've got a couple of 5-minute ones left, so I'll just boom, waste nearly a minute of it, but it's still in the queue. Can't get the next level started. Don't think we've got enough minerals for a T2. Pretty sure we're going to be very short. Oh, we have enough minerals for a T2. Awesome. Maybe that run was well worth it then. Okay, that pushes us nicely into tomorrow's rollover. That's so 3 hours to spare. So it looks like my rejig, I had a different recruit, spent a bit of cash on a pack of on enough to get 10 recruit contracts, and got lucky. I've opened about 30 recruit contracts. So this master is not one of the guaranteed ones. He is a lucky roll, and he came with that T3, which is nice, and I've got him loaded up with other T2s, and you'll notice they are all material savings. Because I noticed the base stats, I had another scientist. I still have her. And she's got some good generalization things, but... So let's upgrade her anyway. I want to see if this does the auto upgrade. Yeah, use the gold ones. You need the gold ones to develop high-level implants. I mean, expertises. But oh well, such is life. I really should load them up with some of my spare memory implants as well. I tend to strip them, which makes them, really lowers the rating, which lowers your bonuses. But her, I do want to have as a wingman, I think. Because of the wonderful things she does. Well, oh yeah, there we go. Shield projector, energy projector. Keep me topped up. Yes, please. And it'd be nice to have a T2 follower when I've got... This guy is great for damage, and I suspect it's all going to be fine, but I wouldn't mind having a play around with her. At the moment, I have... It is an engineer, isn't it? Yeah. He's my backup wingman, and I just never use him. He's got the shield projector, but... A T2 shield projector, and... Hang on, let me just double check. Yeah, T2 shield projector and T2 energy projector and T2 ships would obviously be much nicer if I'm going to go for a support wingman role. So... he has got some... Oh, it's only range boost. Does that mean this guy yeah, he's got more T2 stuff. But he's a higher priority than my buff wingman. Or healer wingman. Because he's got a frigate and a cruiser, so I need to take him out sometimes. But since he's not very good, I've just made him all about me. Yeah, I'm kind of like... Well, she's not very well loaded up. Theoretically going to be used for bounty quest. But if I go to, let's see. So we've got Soldier's Career Bonus. We are at rating 4483. And it gives us plus 20. So let's see what happens if we load her up with some more stuff. We're going to make it vaguely appropriate. I am starting to learn the symbols as well. It's not going to be a wingman, it's going to be a researcher. Hang on, is it? Oh, that's the damage boost. I want to get my crit rate up before I start worrying about crit damage. Okay, well, energy recovery could be useful for her. I've forgotten what the rating was, but oh well. I'm going to give you attitude control. She looks like she's got some attitude anyway, doesn't she? Skip the pirate ones. The bonus to shield recharge. That's, yeah, we'll give you a crit rate boost. So we've now fitted her with 4. And I'm not going to be able to click that X, so... Still getting plus 10, 20. 4811. I'm going to do that to another person to see. Rating 4811 in soldiers. Let's give you just stuff. We'll give you like T2 junk that's not appropriate for you. Well, it's not junk, but remembering the number 4811, loading up 7 additional high level, as high as we've got. Swap over that way again because so. And now our soldier rating is 5998, and it's given us another plus 5. So it is important not to, you shouldn't do what I do and just strip all your expertises out, because you will lose bonus from it. Anyway, let's get back in there and see who's weak. Soldiers are weakest. No, soldiers are not weakest. Soldiers are equal strongest with scientists. So, and your engineers need stuff most. Let's pay attention here. See if we get any unsuccessful extracts. Because I'm not exactly sure. So you got, we'll keep your soldier, so you're not going to be a wingman, so we're going to keep you on bounty quest bonus. You definitely want that. So, in our engineers, you guys are actually being specialized for production. I suppose if we're just doing it for raw rating, we could load them onto level 1 so that we remember it's just storage. I can click that X. Nope, can't click that X. Alright, so that actually just loading him up with took the engineers up a whole extra level. Oh, our soldiers are a heck of a lot weaker actually now. We wouldn't mind a bit of damage bonus, so I will load up another soldier, but it's going to be a level 1 so I can remember. I didn't fully load him because I might accidentally level him. I just genuinely do not care what these are actually, because it's just purely for the bonus. Actually, I should be sensible. I'll leave 3 because I can't get them to 20 anyway, so I could theoretically level them as far as I can. Without wasting a level bonus. Okay, yeah, we want to leave 3. Oh, and that's on to a level 15. It's going to make it hard to... Oh, whatever. I'll notice at some point. Have we got any green soldiers that are leveled? No. Okay. You got 2 spare. You got 2 spare. How are we doing on our... Okay, so soldiers are now level 8. Let's go back to engineers. You're... Okay, no. Okay. We do have a level 1 loaded. Yeah, you're overloaded though, aren't you? Engineers up to level 6. Who's my next level 1? Well, I would choose you, darling, but you get confusing because you look exactly the same as my weapons production girl. Alright, still level 6. Going for it. That's our last non-repeat. Well, I could load up a novice, but I don't fancy that. Oop, whoops. Too many. Yeah, it takes a lot more low-level ones to raise the rating. Oh, overload. Well, yeah, not really, but... Up to 7. Still 7. It actually puts their rating higher than the ones that are specialized for actually doing stuff. saving that mining quest bonus because I'm sure that I'll have an explorer that it can fit on nicely. And it's not going to make much difference now. We're down to tier 1 R1s, so it'll take a lot, I think, to raise any more levels. Still only on level 7. I'd rather push the rest into mining or exploration. Velocity is more useful, in my opinion, than energy cap. Now, if it was energy regen, it'd be a different story. But we're not, these T1s are not going to make much difference. Well, you are a miner, so you can have it. Right. So we got soldiers, scientists, and engineers leveled a bit just by sticking those back on them. So we've got a couple of percentage higher on our bonus.